Good morning. Knitters check. Subscribe to the channel as y'all come in here. Good morning. We got a lot of content for y'all today. Probably gonna be on here 3 times today, as well as a upload. Make sure y'all hit the notification bell as y'all come in this morning. Wake up. Know y'all on y'all way to work. I got barbershop in like an hour. Peace. My man said, let me grab my scholar. Hold up. Mr. CR, you up early out there in Cali. What's going on? Peace, family. Good morning to all the dribblers. Get the mouse there. Peace. He said, Shorty ain't know nothing about nothing. We're going to talk about it in just a second. Let some more of these dribblers come in here. The notification bell is just coming out. It's over 100 people in here already. Y'all like the video as y'all come in. As y'all come in, just like the video. Everybody that's in here like the video. He said, fascination with serial killers is wild. We're going to get into all of that. We're going to get into all of that. Like the video. Like it up, like it up, like it up. If y'all fuck with me, if y'all want to see this this platform do well, likes is a currency. You don't have to come here, and I don't post my Cash App or no shit like that. The Super Chat program is what it is. That's a part of the, that's a part of the program and shit. But the likes is free. The likes is free. She'll like the video. We well over 100 deep in here right now. He said, I knew you was gonna come speak on it. Why not? Why not? Thou shalt not eat without the dribble. Everybody gonna eat off this joint this morning. So I know y'all wanted this. Are refurbished Macs worth the money? You'll get some. It kind of depends about what year. And if the updates are coming through, Omega TV, I appreciate your super chat. Good morning. That's a way to kick this shit off. Super chatters, let your gun bust. Yeah, but when you see MacBooks, used MacBooks on Facebook Marketplace or anywhere online and shit, it kind of depends on what year it is and what you want out of the Mac, what you trying to do with it and shit. You know what I'm saying? You also want to check be aware of what type of memory and storage is in the joint, because you can get a Mac from somebody, but it might not have a lot of RAM and shit, which means you put one too many apps in there, it's gonna start being dysfunctional because there's no space for it to operate and shit. You can't download nothing. You can't publish no projects. It's gonna take up space. He said, the only female that could speak on WP is Tawana. You mean Twyla. Her name is Twyla. Her name is Twyla. We gonna talk about it, man. Y'all like the video as y'all come in, man. I ain't kicking off this discussion till y'all like the video, man. Y'all gotta get them likes up. Golden, I appreciate your super chat. Thank you. Super chatters, let your gun bust, man. Y'all don't have to be shy this morning. It's gonna be a good one. Know y'all like to talk about this. A lot of what we gonna discuss this morning was mentioned in this book of mine. You can go to my website and get an autographed copy. Some things I've been through, or you can get it from Amazon, but I prefer you get it from me. You can get it directly from me. You know why? I'm gonna send it out today. Some things I've been through. This is about my journey through the urban media world, interviewing some of the world's most notorious drug kingpins and gangsters, black gangsters. So, yeah, we're gonna discuss a little bit of that this morning. She ain't know nothing when Poe probably the main reason she was up there. Check it out. And I don't have to be here long with this discussion either, because it's kind of like straight to the point. What did y'all expect? This is one of those. This is another one of those incidents I was talking about where, with 1,000 people doing interviews and shit, the subject matter becomes scarce. If you don't, if you haven't came up with an original conversation piece, original interview, an original concept, a lot of the media that you getting on YouTube is it's recycled. You know why? Because a lot of niggas not original, and what they doing is recycling shit. Because they can't figure out which way to go. They looking at other platforms and they'll say, yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. They not trying to dig and come up with something new that will that will be engaging for you guys and shit. You know what I'm saying? And the Wayne Perry thing has been beaten to death, just like the Alpo and Rich Porter story. You don't hear that much about Alpo or Rich Porter anymore, but every now and then, out of the blue, somebody will make a new video about Alpo and Rich Porter, even though the shit's been beaten to death. Wayne Perry. First of all, a lot of people wouldn't know about Wayne Perry. It's over 300 people here. Y'all like the video? Get the likes up to 100. I need them up to $1. A lot of people wouldn't know about Wayne Perry at all if it wasn't for the internet. Wayne Perry was profiled in, I actually got the magazine here right below this desk. He was actually profiled in Feds and Don Diva magazine. I think the big story was in Feds. And that's how a lot of people outside of the DC area became aware of who he was and shit. But after that, online. YouTube is how a lot of people became aware of Wayne Perry and shit. You got every platform that has a reputation of some sort probably did some Wayne Perry content, especially during Alpo's run. When Alpo was online, it became really, really bigger than life then and shit. But me personally, I happen to know that a lot of people wasn't aware of who he was, not even Miss Jerry Williams, who interviewed Dan O'Reilly. That's that interview on this channel when the federal agent says that Wayne Perry had a boyfriend and shit like that. When I interviewed her. She's the federal agent who conducted the original interview. She said, I didn't even know who he was. I told her how big of a deal that interview was with Dan O'Reilly. I told her that during the course of me interviewing her. I told her, I'm like, you're gonna blow after this, and she did. Her platform is doing really, really well and shit. But she didn't even know. She gave me the Safe Streets Task Force report, and some of Wayne Perry's victims was sending me documents about him and shit like that. After having that Safe Streets Task Force report, after listening to the federal agents, and after reciting information from the documents that I had from some of Wayne Perry's from one of Wayne Perry's victims, it wasn't much more that you would learn about him. It wasn't much more information available that somebody could come up with. We kind of like did that shit from top to bottom. So in a nutshell, the interview was dead. Troy Reed did a documentary about Alpo where Wayne Perry was mentioned, and Twyla was on that joint. She's somebody who probably would be able to offer some information or an interview that will be interesting or engaging at this point. Say Cheese TV, hard pressed for some original content because, again, like I said, everybody doing this shit. He said at the beginning of the interview, he was trying to interview this chick for some time. He was trying to interview her as far back as last year, but they couldn't get it together. They couldn't get together or whatever. So here she is, right? Number one, you got to know that she's Wayne's baby mom. She's probably still in contact with him. I'm quite sure she's still in contact with him. You got to know before she got on that platform, with his permission, the agreement was don't go up there and tell them niggas nothing about me, because in his mind, even though he got probably 5 life sentences or some shit like that, in his mind, he gonna get out one day. I believe that most niggas that got life don't believe that they're gonna die there. They feel that they're gonna get out some way, somehow. And some do. We've seen Lou Hobbs and a bunch of other guys who had life. They was released by Donald Trump. But they didn't have all them goddamn murders on their jacket and shit. But anyway, in his mind, I'm gonna get out of here one day. Possibly. That's what he's thinking and shit. So when the news of her being pursued for an interview, she of course had to get his permission. And he probably told her, of course, don't go up there and get that nigga nothing. Go up there and get that money, whatever he's offering you, get it. And send it to me or send me half. So it was a money play. But don't go up there and talk about me to that nigga, right? He probably only had to tell her one time. Boom. So after being instructed not to go up there and say anything about me, you got to look at it from this perspective too. The big question that's not being asked. Why would you interview her? Twila was somebody who was in the streets and who was known for fucking with different hustlers and shit. So her account might be more accurate or more informative. But why would you interview her? She said that when she got with him, he was 25, she was 17. That means she's a lot younger than him. Nobody that's out in the streets committing crime and doing murders and shit like that is gonna share nothing informative or damaging about their lifestyle with a chick younger than them. You're not gonna involve no woman in your business, period. Because when the authorities come, that's one of the angles that they attack from. They go after your women. Because they're, of course, they women and shit. They not as strong as a guy in regards to going through interrogation. They will target a woman. So we not gonna let her know about any killings that we was doing and shit like that. We not gonna let her know about anything that we was doing, for the most part. Like she said, she didn't understand his reputation until he was going out in public and shit like that, and people would just be giving him money and shit like that. But again, she said she was 17 and he was 25. That means she probably wasn't hanging in the same spots he was. She probably didn't have the same, wasn't in the same demographic as far as having mutual friends and shit like that. Nah, she had friends that was her age, and people that was his age was a whole nother age bracket. So they not conversing and shit like that. They not conversing and shit like that. And he know that if he involves her in his lifestyle, somebody could do two things. She could be targeted by authorities for interrogation, or somebody could snatch her ass up and throw her in the trunk of a car and shit. So to spare her from all of that danger, just keep her very, very far removed from everything that I got going on. She got on the interview. I tried to watch it. After being there for it only took me like 10 minutes. I'm like, what is she talking about? She kind of like sounded like a square. She kind of sounded like a square, like was totally removed from his lifestyle and shit. The way she was describing herself being a hustler, growing up and hustling and shit. She called herself a distributor, and the words she was using and shit. It was like she's trying too hard, and he kept reaching and asking her for shit that would be entertaining to us, like, murder shit. And she wouldn't give him anything. And if you look at the title of the video, normally when somebody got a dope interview, they will put some of the poignant topics that was discussed in the interview, they will put it in the title. He didn't do that. He just put Wayne Perry baby mom and 100 bodies or some old shit like that, right? This is something that people need to dispel, this rumor. Wayne Perry ain't killed no fucking 100 people. If y'all believe he killed 100 people, you out your goddamn mind. Wayne Perry ain't killed no 100 people. The most prolific serial killers in American history probably didn't kill 100 people, not 100 documented people. That's extreme. That's a stretch. That's hard to believe. And number two, he asked her, was there anything mentioned about him online that wasn't true? And she was like, oh, the part about him having sex with men. What do you think she's going to say? What do you think she's going to say? Of course she's going to say that ain't true. Of course she's going to say that ain't true. You wasn't going to get nothing from her in that regard because that would make her look bad. Even though she said that she hung out with a lot of transvestites and shit like that. But asking her about murders as if she was a part of it, or as if she was, after I kill a motherfucker, I'm going to give her this gun I put up. If you thought that anything about her, and you could tell how square she was, if you thought anything about her would make somebody like Wayne Perry, who was getting away with these murders, that means he probably was kind of good at what he was doing and shit. He wasn't getting caught. If you think that he would involve her with something that he had to do, that he was doing, you sadly mistaken. Maurice King said Wayne Muslim. Why did you just say that? Why did you just say that? Tell me why you said that. Tell me why you said that. Why did you just come in here and say Wayne is Muslim? Tell me. Tell me why you just said that he's Muslim. I need to know why you said that. Don't you know? He said, you know why? Everybody that's stuck in the fucking penitentiary till they die gets there and turns Muslim. Muslim and killer in the black community is almost like associated together because everybody that kill a bunch of motherfuckers and be stuck in jail, they go to jail, they find some frames that look like this, they put a kufi on their head and start calling themselves Akbar and shit like that. As if that's gonna prevent you from going to the motherfucking hellfire. And there's I don't know, scripture or probably hadith that says once you take kalima shahada or something like that, you will be forgiven for the shit that you did. That makes absolutely no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. Yeah, motherfuckers go to jail and turn their name to Kareem Akbar and shit. Like that's gonna spare you and shit. If you kill a motherfucker, you're going to the fucking hellfire if it exists. You ain't going to no fucking paradise after killing a bunch of motherfuckers. You dig? These niggas don't become Muslim on the street. They become Muslim in prison, probably for a few reasons. There's a security life preserver associated with being Muslim in jail and shit. You dig? It is. Let's just keep it real. All of the killers be Muslim. Most of all of the live niggas be Muslim. So when niggas get there, they be like, fuck it, I'm gonna turn Muslim too. Everybody else is here. On Friday, when you not Muslim and you go to the yard and shit, you be like, damn, where everybody at? All the live niggas, all the movers and shakers, they not there. Where they at? They in Juma. And you get the feeling like you the odd man out and shit. Nobody wants to be the odd man out. So what do? You turn fucking Muslim like the rest of the goddamn killers. You dig? So you came in here and pointed that out, that he's Muslim, as if that means anything. As if that means anything. This is a person who killed a bunch of motherfuckers. He's what they call himself, they call him the Michael Jordan of the murder game. If you think a kufi and a prayer rug, one of these, it's a prayer rug right here. If you think a kufi and a prayer rug is gonna prevent somebody from somebody like that for being held accountable for the shit that they did, you tripping. So I just wanted to put that out there to you and shit because you pointed that out, and a lot of people point that out. Wayne's Muslim. The fuck that mean? He's a goddamn killer. He's a goddamn killer. And getting back to the topic, his baby mom she didn't know anything about him, and she wasn't gonna get on a platform and say anything disrespectful or anything that he wouldn't want volunteered online and shit. So it was kind of like a reach. Sean Cotton hard pressed for some content. Like, you got to keep the wheels turning. It is a business. He used her name to draw people to watch that shit, but there is nothing there. She had nothing to say and shit. You want to discredit Wayne's redemption? Ain't no goddamn redemption. Ain't no motherfucking redemption. Who the fuck you think you talking to? His redemption. How the fuck are you gonna get some redemption killing motherfuckers and fucking boys? Sean Branch said on Queen's Flip he seen him in a boy ass. How the fuck are you gonna get some redemption? You the worst kind of nigga. You not just a killer, you a blade. You dig? Ain't no motherfucking redemption. The fuck you think you talking to? Who the fuck you think you talking to? You believe that dumb shit? The fuck out of here. Redemption. Ain't no motherfucking redemption. His redemption is dying at ADX. That's when he gonna be even with the scoreboard. That's when he gonna be even. Talking about some motherfucking redemption. Can't humanize a motherfucking serial killer. How the fuck you gonna? How could you possibly humanize a serial killer? And everybody not lying about him being. If you are a killer, and this don't apply to all of DC, because I don't think all of them niggas is I don't think all of them niggas is homosexual or some shit like that. But they have a great name. I said a great name. They have a big reputation for being associated with that lifestyle. And the ones that was with it, the ones that was into that type of shit, was the ones that was old enough to be in Lorton and shit like that. Like, a lot of that crazy shit come from that Lorton reformatory. So, according to people that do interviews on these platforms today, they say, well, the younger ones, they not really on it like that. The younger ones are trying to change the reputation of DC in the federal system. But them older niggas, they on ass time. And you in here talking about some fucking redemption. You can't be fucking serious. We not gonna come here and play make believe with you, pimp. We not. So, nah. He said Sean Branch said it loud and clear. He did say it loud and clear. He said it on Queen's Flip. So, and that's somebody who knew him personally, visited him in jail. Visited him in jail. So, you talking about redemption and shit. Say Cheese is super irresponsible for what he promotes with his platform. These dudes don't even try to balance it out with something positive. A lot of people tune in to hear something negative. I said this on this platform. My hip hop interviews, my NBA interviews, that's not what people come to this platform for. They come for Sean Branch. They come for Haitian Jack. They come for, anything of that fabric and shit. Anything, the gangster content. I ended up having to write a whole book about it because it was that I became that well known for covering that shit. But this is a hip hop platform, but people tune in and come to the internet to hear about murders and rapes and all that kind of shit, jail. So they want the hood content. They do. My man said they say Rayful was a blade. Again, based on his age and shit like that, it's possible. B-Tech, I appreciate your super chat. Thank you. People love negativity. They do. They do. That's H Money Bags. What's up, pimp? That's primarily what people tune into. Robberies, killing. Y'all love King Von, niggas like that. So, that's what some platforms choose to stand on and shit. And some don't try to balance it out and shit. But I don't try to veer away from what got me here. Hip hop, sports, and fashion. There's a series on Prime. Alex Cross highlighted a killer that emulates Wayne Sandman and a few other. others. It's interesting. Rufus Jones, I appreciate the super chat. Sean and Wayne was locked up over in a DC jail, and he walked in Wayne's cell and he was hitting the boy. This is AJ. Keep up the good work. Thank you. So yeah, that's the reason why he interviewed Wayne Perry's baby mom. He actually interviewed the wrong chick in regards to women that was in his life. Twyla is the one who seemed to have all the stories. Twyla was mentioned in, I think it was Feds magazine. Twyla was on that Alpo documentary done by Troy Reed. I think she might have been in the Source magazine before too. Like, she dated a lot of rappers and shit. I know she dated AZ before. That was in a magazine, but you could read in the comments, everybody was saying, like, you got finesse right here, homeboy. She don't know anything. He said, Fly 2, one of Fly's co-defendants was a Blade. Now, I don't know him, and he might act like that's something that wasn't a part of his past. But again, he's one of them Lord niggas, and he one of them niggas been in the fucking penitentiary since the 70s and shit. So, and that shit was like damn near normal to niggas in the 70s. Like, even in Pennsylvania, the niggas that was in the penitentiary in the 70s and shit like that, if they got an A number on their shirt, the state numbers tell you how long somebody been in jail. Them niggas with A numbers, when you see a nigga that got an A number, that mean he been booked almost 40 years and shit. You can say to yourself, if he not fucking boys now, he was fucking them in the 1980s, because that shit was like normal to them niggas. I'm just keeping it real. DC felons have a reputation. Do you think they will make a movie about Perry? If somebody want to invest their money in something like that, they probably would get a return, because like I said, a lot of people like watching that type of shit. But after being online and hearing all of these different stories about him, it kind of takes the steam out of the story. Like with the Haitian Jack shit. Haitian Jack, before I met Haitian Jack, he had something that was coming out that was something like a biopic and shit. Did the interview with me. It was with Benny Boom. He did some work with me. Then he did that Hip Hop Uncovered. Before you know it, his story has lost its mystique and shit. So, you know, the bum rush of people who will run to see it at the box office and shit, it's not the same, because most people gonna say, oh, I already know about him and shit. I done already heard about it. If I were you, Jamil, you not me, my nigga. Let me kick you out of here for even thinking something ridiculous. You can never wear these shoes. If I were you. You started that the wrong way. You started that the wrong way. If I were you. If I were you. I didn't even read the rest of what the fuck you was saying. You started out the wrong way and shit. You not me. You're not me. You're not cut from this fabric. C. Gutta did an interview. He confirmed Dexter Isaac's story. Woody, I appreciate your super chat. Members only, what up? Good morning to you. He said Gully got the funniest replies ever. Niggas come in here with that dumb shit, forgetting that this is my job and shit. When I get on here, this is like me punching in at the job and shit. You know what I'm saying? I just punched the clock when I hit that live button. I'm on the clock. Ain't nobody gonna come here and disrupt this shit. I'm not gonna argue with you or nothing. Why would I argue with you when it's a button? It's a button for that. It's right there. All I gotta do is hit the button. And then I can't hear you no more. Never. So, he said, you could tell who knew in the chat. Yeah, absolutely. Miguel, thank you. I got wild new knittages in, man. Go to the website. I always appreciate the morning commentary. I knew that y'all wanted this because that interview came out last night, and as soon as I seen it in the feed, I said, let me see what she's talking about. After 10 minutes and shit, I'm like, there's nothing there. She's not talking about nothing and shit. The draw was that she has a child by Wayne Perry. A lot of these people just be one. I mean, I know some platforms offer compensation, but some of these people don't have a story, man. Like, why even interview her? That's his baby mom. No real killer, no criminal is gonna put their baby mom at jeopardy in any way. So she don't know his business all like that. She don't. The interview dropped last night. Mr. Reef said, your favorite entertainers are Blades. That's speculation until they've been busted. Sean Branch busted Wayne and shit, so it's been confirmed. Everything else is speculation. Glaze talking about you again. Blaze can suck a dick. I beat Glaze old ass and shit. Glaze is a fucking chump. Always running his fucking mouth. You're nothing but a killer, punk. You're nothing but an old retarded killer, punk. If you got my name in your mouth this morning, you're nothing but an old retarded killer. You just a couple years away from all types of health problems, diabetes, hypertension, arthritis, all of that and shit. You dig? At some point, you're going to have to find something else to do. You got to find something else to do. And guess what? I'm going to still be right here being Gully TV. I'm going to still be right here being the Dribble fam. So you can say whatever the fuck you want, but your appearance states that you're in bad health. Your skin don't glow. Your skin don't glow. You know what I mean? So who gives a fuck what Glaze say? Glaze is a fucking snitch. Not a snitch, pardon me. An informant who was in the witness protection program. He probably still in the witness protection program. But we in a world where niggas like that can exist. Do y'all know that Sammy the Bull is selling t-shirts that say Sammy the Bull 19? You know what the 19 means? Anybody? Anybody? Oh, Glaze killed women, by the way. That's how you know the niggas retarded and shit. Sammy the Bull is selling t-shirts to say Sammy the Bull 19. Y'all know what that 19 stand for? 19 motherfucking murders. This is the world that we live in. He's marketing the fact that he killed 19 people and got away with it. And selling t-shirts. Ain't that that's insane. That's insane. That's insane, yo. Boasting about it. Proud about it. And probably making money for it. This is the world we live in. But yeah, fuck Glaze. He can eat a dick. He said these are the last days. Do you think Whoopi Goldberg should be fired for the slander against Hardeman's Bakery on Staten Island? I ain't familiar with that, pimp. Say Cheese kept asking about bodies every other question. He knew that was the only thing that people would want to know about him. He's been labeled the Michael Jordan of the murder game. Wayne wasn't known for, like, I don't know, being no super fly guy. I've seen some pictures. He could dress a little bit, but that's DC. DC has a high level of fashion. Them niggas in that era, they was putting it on, but that's not a part of his reputation. He's not like Demencio or nothing like that. He's not like Alpo or nothing like that. Like, there's certain niggas that fly shit was a part of their story and mystique, but Wayne is just bloody murder and allegedly being a blade. Straight up. Sandbox Bully, what up? Las Vegas. Stings a little, don't it? I appreciate your super chat. Sammy the Bull daughter wrote a book and got some reality TV fame off the Gravano name. Yeah, they turning it into an industry. It's a shame. If there's a creator or a hell below, you know where they gonna go. Yeah, he was low key most time. They can only stretch these stories so much without making up stuff after a while. I agree. Did Benzino and Cavario's book drop yet? It ain't dropping. Never. That was a lie. That was a lie. Them niggas was in that fucking hotel room doing some fruity shit. Yeah. And you can look at Cavario and tell that he's a blade. Ain't nothing masculine about him. And it was his explanation that they was writing a book. That's what he came up with. He thought that that would sound logical because of course, he's written books. He's written a few books, so he thought that we would buy that. But them niggas is in a hotel room together and shit and got busted. And one of them said something that I think Benzino said, if we was a white couple, you wouldn't be doing this and shit. Who the fuck says shit like that? We still waiting on y'all book, pimp. We is. Cavario. We still waiting on your book. We still waiting on your book. In Atlanta, the black male blade capital of the East Coast. Most of the people talking about him in those times don't really know nothing other than what's been publicly spoken on the DC Urban Legends. I agree with you. Yeah. He said that was 2 summers ago. Probably 3, and the book still ain't came out, and it ain't coming out. It ain't. We ain't even seen no artwork about the book. We ain't even seen no artwork about the book. I hope them niggas know that we still looking forward to that book. Brian Russell said Wayne Perry a blade now. According to a Queen's Flip interview, he like ass. Subscribe. He said a book about what? The book was supposed to be about Ray Benzino's life or his lifestyle, and allegedly Cavario was writing it. But why they were in the Red Roof Inn makes no sense and shit. Why they was in the Red Roof Inn that makes no sense. It don't. Do you think they did Tony Lewis wrong? Tony Lewis is home now. I'm pretty sure he's proud of that and shit. He's enjoying his family. I think he did one interview on Vlad TV, and he's going on to, restart his lifestyle. Salute to him. Ears said it best. Wayne wasn't the only field killer here in DC at that time. He just got ratted on. The years that the Safe Streets Task Force, pardon me, the years that Washington, D.C. was the murder capital of the United States, I think it was 1988 and 89, Wayne Perry wasn't even on the streets. He wasn't. Niggas didn't have no shirt on. Johnny McCrant, yeah, it's on Queen's Flip. Just go look at the Queen's Flip interview with Sean Branch. Everything that you looking for, it's right there. You heard from Kwame Kilpatrick lately? Nah, that nigga got out of jail. He spoke to me one time. I think he in some more trouble. He tried to buy a truck or some shit, and he made the news about it. They said he owed the government. He owed the government money from that case. He got, I think Trump let him out of jail, but the government still want their money. Growing up in D.C. in that Rayful era, Wayne was never known to have money, and it definitely was some more dangerous guys than Wayne back then. I don't know where Rob Gates is. He said when we get in the Zip and the Dribble Sports class. We probably gonna have a discussion today. Zip with the Drip said on my platform that he don't like basketball teams that got too many white players on the court at the same time. The Lakers is a team that have 2 white American players on the court at the same time. They played together last night. That would be Austin Reeves and Dalton Knecht. Knecht had 37 points. He had 9 3-pointers. and Reeves threw him an alley-oop. I don't think I ever seen a white guy throw another out. I've been a Laker fan all my life. I've never seen a white guy throw another white guy alley-oop in the NBA. Do y'all remember that? Has anybody ever seen that? Two white guys hooking up for an alley-oop? That was the first time that I ever seen that. I'm like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. Dalton Connect's a bad motherfucker. He probably gonna get Rookie of the Year. He does. He is. Yeah, I ain't never seen two white dudes hook up for an alley in the league and shit. Nash and Dirk. I said white Americans. Both of them from another country. Lakers lucked up with that pick. He is the 17th pick. He from the University of Tennessee. He could shoot. He could shoot. He could shoot. He a bad motherfucker, yo. Gully, you said years ago that these niggas wasn't gonna be around. They not. Scheme sent me an email. He's like, man, why you keep talking about me on your platform? Cause you keep begging. I don't like niggas to be posting their Cash App and shit. My son don't be uploading content no more either. He another Cash App hustler. At some point, you niggas gotta go on with your life and shit. Imagine being here for years and years at a time with your Cash App posted. You're begging, fam. You begging. These bum ass niggas need to go about their business and shit. I like that my son ain't on it. I like that he ain't on YouTube no more. He looked disgusting. His mouth looked disgusting. His content was terrible. His views was terrible. You dig? So, good riddance to him. Scheme, probably still somewhere in a cheap hotel trying to pay the daily, the daily fee. 10 toes down, he ruined Bimmy's life. Got Bimmy eradicated from YouTube. Pretty sure he got to go on about his business. That fat nigga from Jersey, he probably somewhere hooked up to a breathing machine. These niggas they don't need to be here. I told you. You won't be around next year. Didn't I tell y'all? Didn't I tell y'all? Didn't I tell y'all? Remember all them niggas from that couch? Queens Flip? They tried to cling to the internet for some years. Them niggas all gone. Go on about your business. Go about your business. You see the Wiz? You seen the Wiz, right? When Dorothy was in that field with Michael Jackson, she said, the first thing we got to do is get rid of these crows. First thing we got to do is get rid of these crows. Shoo, go about your business. Yeah, go about your motherfucking business. Niggas don't need to be here. No staying power. They not interested. They don't need to be here. Boom, 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 boom. He said, you still got that list? Philly Trenches only doing shorts now. Philly Trenches, you made videos about me for about 2 years. I ain't heard from you lately. I need you to get back on your job, pimp. I knew you wasn't going to be around long, but I need you to get back around. Any nigga that's making videos in a basement next to a furnace, you're not going to be around long, man. The weather's changing and shit. They got to turn that heat up on that furnace and shit. Got to relocate. Got to relocate. He said, nah, man, you about to activate that nigga Trenches. I want him to get activated. I ain't heard from him for a minute. I told you, he remind me of one of them niggas that be in the hole and shit. You ever did any hole time? It be niggas in the hole that's down there. They stuck. They ain't getting out. Because they behavior. Only way to get out the hole, you got to chill and do your little sentence. If you keep acting up, they keep giving you more time. And it's always a nigga in the hole that got a screw loose. And it be so boring down there that you got to trigger him. You gotta rattle his cage and shit. If you can get him going, that's the bid for the day and shit. Them niggas get on the gate and get the acting the damn fool. That's Philly Trenches. He one of them niggas to be in the all you gotta do is rattle his cage, get him going. That nigga gonna get on that gate and act the damn fool until they bring them trays and shit. You know, when you in the hole, you be hungry in between meals and shit. The only way to survive is to sleep. You dig? If you can get a motherfucker to get on the gate and that you can bid off of, the time go by faster. That's Philly Trenches. Yeah. He gonna be on here today acting a damn fool. Trenches, get on your job, pimp. Let's go. Let's go. I heard that a judge said that evidence that they found in Diddy's cell is inadmissible, that they can't use that. They got to get rid of it. That's what I was told and shit. That nigga Trench is about to have 18 videos out. By noon. I asked him why he always speak Gully name. He went crazy on me. Nigga got a screw loose. I got to get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all for coming through this morning. I just had to touch on that interview with Wayne Perry's BM. There was nothing there. It's another money grab. Another day on YouTube where niggas is giving you nothing. So be careful who you subscribe to, man. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'm going to the gym. Peace.